bien? So the word, right, the spoken word, la palabra, on our way here we're marching and chanting. We use the word as a weapon, something to destroy things that are unjust. I'm going to share some poetry, some poesia with you here this evening. Legend has it that if you whittle the trunk of a tree in the Southwest long enough, you'll eventually find missing pages of American history hidden between the rings. Wooden shelves house dirty secrets tucked away in corners like naughty children. There is no catalog that lists the call number for this manuscript. The document is written in blood, stamped with hate and sealed with government approval and self-addressed to oblivion. But trees are known to carry cellular memory. They remember things they wish they could forget. Each scar tells a story. Every limb writes its own chapter. Trees in the Southwest are living museums. The branches were arms twisted into cradling the sins of man. They wept sap through the knots in their stomachs as their hands were tied like the nooses that penetrated their skin. Human pendulums swayed and snapped neck crosses set ablaze beneath them. The roots watched the falling leaves with envy in autumn as the wind swooped them up in sanctuary. They became roaming witnesses to hate crimes, screaming and tumbling rustle, warning brown-skinned bodies of the dangers that lurked down dirt roads. Etched into the bark of their backs was a rolling obituary of Spanish surnames. American history has written off like a business expense. History has a stutter. It can't help but repeat itself. These detention facilities and buildings are trees. The holding cells inside them are branches. A broken system is the noose, and our brothers and sisters are the bodies dangling inside. But you cannot imprison or detain the hope of a better tomorrow. Today we stand with them in solidarity. Our hearts are broken like their families, but our hearts are broken. They're tattered drums that hold ceremony through the pain. Prayer candles lit with the fire of fighting for dignity. Their guns and laws are not stronger than our flame. We carry hope and La Virgen of Guadalupe on our backs. We use words as rocks and dream of viviendo libertad. We are strong. Walls are being built to keep the immigrant out, but they and we know how to climb. There's one who begins her workday when the rest of us unloosen the tie and fight rush hour traffic on our way home. Starts late enough to calentar tortillas y frijoles para sus hijos en casa. Then leaves the oldest in charge to tuck her babies in at bedtime. See, the evening shift, it pays just a little bit better, and these days, every penny counts. She's bruised from pinching, sore from stretching dollar bills into small miracles. Her magic makes Jesus look like a common man. She daydreams of sleep, contemplates how she's supposed to make paper when they tell her she needs papers, but she doesn't complain. Partly because she's afraid to, but mostly because she was taught not to. She wears pride like Prada. There are evenings when the unmanageability of my social worker workload get the best of me. Sometimes it's procrastination that keeps me in the office longer than I'd like to be. En estas noches calladas, our paths cross the way distant relatives run into each other after time has clouded familiarity. We too share an invisible relationship. She is gravity, a necessary force unseen, keeping the galaxy in order, taken advantage of. An urban legend to most, a story tucked away in the blindness of selfish entitlements, but she leaves us the braille of clean workspaces every evening. Work is sewn into her smile. Her hands remain covered to keep chemicals from dehydrating her skin, and I can't help but wonder, are her nails pretty? You keep tarde, no? Lazarus, she asks in a broken accent that screams, I am trying. Le contesto, sí, mucho trabajo. Her eyes illuminate like the candle she lights every morning to the image of La Virgen of Guadalupe. Hablas español. Soy Ángela. I'm the janitor. Bobby, I reply. Now she's old enough to be my mother, which means wise enough to know that I have questions, but she has work to do. And so do I. But we shoot the breeze anyway. She tells me stories of her beloved Mexico. I tell her about my first time visiting. She shows me emotional scars left from the beast of barbed wire bites. Thanks God she's one of thousands of makeshift crosses I stranded in a desert, desecrated by Minutemen. She says that I'm the first to converse with her. Says most act as though she isn't even visible, and I tell that to most most, she isn't, but I see her, and I tell her she's appreciated. A reminder that it's nightfall that dresses the stars in their brilliance, the cook that makes the restaurant's reputation, and a landscaper that brings out the life in tulips, the immigrants that built this nation. She breaks her back so that her children will one day sprout wings. May they fly high above walls being constructed to destroy bridges being built between despair and dreams. May they see you, Angela, in your child's college degree, in the smiles of the babies you raised for them. May they grow compassion in the gardens you tend to. May they see you for who you are, respect you for who you are. May they see you, Angela. May they see you. Gracias.